Hello, hi, welcome to Able Box, welcome to Blender. These are my assets I've uploaded. So I've uploaded these and the dates are here. So I'm thinking, this door, when I've loaded it, I'll just show you the door. This is the door, it is animated, it works great. So you come down here, says neatly elevated door with handle and glass. Anyway, you can read it. So I come down here, I think Alex Hapon, I'll say thank you very much, it's 11 days ago. So thank you very much for the review. Now, I've got to fix these issues. I think, seriously, for a free model, there's nothing wrong with the door. It's perfectly fine. But I think in object rotation and position, yeah, that's perfect. Normal and smoothing issues, yeah, I have to agree with that because I don't really bevel my edges and things like that. Like here, look, you say bevel missing. Thinking, now the beveling issue is a bit of a big issue with Blender, I think. It says the pathology issues. I think really. It is okay. Anyway, so then, dear artists, please use bevel mode for the shape. Okay, please. Anyway, you can continue to read it. So what it's telling me here, I need to have a minimum of 2 segments and a minimum of 3 maximum. I think, you know what? I really truly hate that bevel tool. I really do. Because the idea of the bevel tool is to make your object look nice. That's the idea of it. But I'm thinking, if I got a square floorboard, I want it square. I want a nice square edge. I'm thinking, if you use the bevel tool, instead of having 4 corners, you end up with like 8 corners or 16 corners. I think I don't want that. I want a basic square cube. Just like when you open Blender and you got a really basic cube. I think if they like to bevel everything, they should bevel the cube inside Blender because it's not beveled. Anyway, I like my cube, like that cube. I don't want to bevel my cube. So it's also down here, it says modified like weighted normals. Yeah, I don't weight it. I just don't do that because I don't need to do that. There's no need for it. There's really not. And it says and angles, volumes more than 30 degrees. I think okay. So yeah, this one by the look of it has got more problems. And down here, it says looks like this model was imported into Blender and created in another software. It says fix it and come back. Good luck. In other words, they're not having the model. Now, the other software they're talking about here, it was created in a different software. It wasn't created in Blender. It was created in a software called 3D MilkShape. I have a license for it. I do, and I can make my models and distribute them as I please. So I think so Blender should not have a problem with the other software. Honestly, really, it shouldn't. But apparently, there's a problem with the other software. Of course, there's no problem with MilkShape. It's really not. And I can actually fire up MilkShape. Actually, let me fire up the other software for you. Here it is. This is MilkShape. This is the other software they're talking about. If you look up here, it says MilkShape 1.85 Beta 2. I do have a license for it. I do. So, so this, let me just click off this, go back up here. As I said, this door frame was made in that software. Of course, the software itself, because it's an older software, it's got limitations. There's only so much I can do on it. So I figured, okay, once I get it out of there and put it in here, well, yeah, according to that text, you can't take it from one software to another. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of an issue, I think. But as I said, that's the door frame. It doesn't work. So I can click on the door frame. So to the man himself, I will say thank you very much for the door frame, but I'm going to go delete. So as I said, if they don't want the asset, they don't want the asset. It's as simple as that. So I'll delete it. It doesn't matter anyway because it's on Sketchfab, so it doesn't matter. So as I said, if Blender don't want it, that's great. Now I've uploaded my tombstone. There's nothing wrong with that tombstone. That's got. Let me just show you that first. Here's the tombstone. It's got beveled edges. It's all got all nice round corners. There's no sharp bits on there. So it passes the health and safety check, just so everyone understands that. So I think oh yeah, and obviously my description is here. The last place you would look, think outside the box. Says thanks for looking. That's my text message. As I said, I've only just uploaded it just now. So Red Band Alley. Let's go and take a look at what they're saying about Red Band Alley. There's nothing wrong with Red Band Alley. So let's go down here and have a look. Oh, okay, it's the same man. Says, okay, validation issues on hold. Says, please check the topics to improve the model. Incorrect model scale. It's a standard blender square. I think, okay, model rotation and position. Yeah, the position is in the position of my world, and that's where it is. So I think, and the location where it is exactly where it is. So model pathology issues. I think dear artist, put what to say? Please your asset in center 000. Seriously, I've got to put it in the middle of the floor. I'm thinking, and set the correct orientation. Also, remove the triangulated mesh. Was it looks like this model was imported into Blender and created in another software. Of course, it was created in another software because I make my models in the other software and I put them into Blender, customize, twist, bend, and shape them, and then of course I put them on this website. I own the models. There's no problem with the model. There's really not. As I said, so we got beveling issues. So we need to fix the beveling issues. Honestly, I really hate the beveling issue. I know they want the beveling issue. I don't. I hate it. I really do. And it's almost as bad as the empties. I don't like the empties either. And put it in the center of the screen. You're telling me if you load that in Blender, you can't see where that is. It's right there in the middle of the screen, waiting for you. I think again, it's the same man. So yeah, click on it. As I said, it's on Sketchfab. This is what it says about it. It's an RGB model. Basically, that's all it is. It's just what it is, because it's an RGB model, because it's really low quality. It doesn't want it. So it's too low of a grade. That's what it is. Look. So I think there's nothing wrong with it. There's really not. So let me just go back on that. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on this, and I'm just going to okay. I'll go down here. Go delete asset. Asset gone. So I'm on. That's asset number 50. I haven't got one asset on here yet. All for beveling issues mostly, and the wrong scale. Let's. I have to see what to say about the barrel. I really do. So let's go and have a look. This barrel is absolutely perfect. Okay, yeah, it's split into two pieces. Apart from that, yeah. Okay, to the young lady, I want to say thanks very much for your comment. I can't read her name. I really can't read it. So please check the topics to improve the model. Okay. It says normals or smoothing issues. Uh, are you getting the normal issues and the yeah smoothing issues? The smoothing issues is the UV. Sorry, is the bevel. The UV mapping problems. Uh, the problem with that. Okay, I will check the actual mapping problems, but yeah, don't know. But as far as I know, it's great. But unless you talk, I know what you're talking about. If you look inside the barrel, and I'm like inside the barrel, you got like a little join that goes down it. You know, like the seam that join together. There's actually four seams on that on the inside. That's what you're talking about. So yeah, I didn't really think that would be a problem. Obviously, it is a problem. So I think invalidate status on hold. Please check the topics, okay, down here. So normals or smoothing issues, missing bevel, norm, what's it look? Yeah, anyway, I'm just looking down it. So as I created another software to fix these. As I said, this part down here where it says it's created in another software, it really truly shouldn't be a problem what software I'm using. Honestly, as long as I have a license for that software, and I do. So I think, of course, it's made in Blender because Blender apparently is free, which you can do a lot in Blender. The only thing you can't seem to do, unless you kind of go through every single stage of the process perfectly, is upload your models. I think, yeah, anyone who gets models on Blender, I'm going to take my hat off to you. I really am. Because if you can get through, I can count so far, there's got to be about 7, 8, at least 8 different problems that I face when I upload a model. So every time I upload a model, I don't actually expect them to have it. I just don't. So as I said, this is the barrel. So I'm going to click the eyeball, go down here, click the dustbin. As I said, it's on Sketchfab, so if they don't want it, they don't want it. As I said, there's nothing wrong with this. I'm going to show you this again. As I said, this is what it's called, this is the description. It's made by a Bumblebox. And just so this company understands, I'm going to put here MilkShape edit. If I go here, not there. So I'm just changing the text, so you wonder why I went quiet there. So as I said, I'm just making sure that they are aware that my editing software is MilkShape and Blender. Just so they understand that. So yeah, as I said, I don't want to cause myself any problems later on. So yeah, anyway, so this is my kind of little video about Blender again. So this is model number 52. So I think, as I said, if I upload any model to any website, they don't have a problem with it. The scale, no, not a problem. Middle of the floor, not a problem. And as I said, if you look at this model, let me just come out of that. Okay, so at the moment we're actually on Blender. This is my new model. Now I'm going to show you this. This is a live view of the actual Blender. So click here. Let me scale this down for you, just to make sure everything fits in the screen, because I don't want you to miss a single important part. Okay, now this is Blender. This is my website. Okay, this is me logged into Blender. So I'll go here and look at my website if I want to. Okay, so I don't need that. Now what I want to do, actually, if I open that, I'm just going to show you this, just so you actually know that it's actually in my website. So let me go back into this part, somewhere here. Open this. If I go, actually, I'll just go over here, so it doesn't matter. So I'll show you up here. So if you can go here, you can go free. Okay, you can go to my assets. Okay, now what I want to do, I'm going to press my assets. Now I've only got one asset. Now watch this asset on the screen. I will delete it, and I will delete it, Okay, it's all separate. Now watch what happens when I click it. Watch, you go to Blender, you look at the asset, you click on it, it downloads, it's directly in the middle of the floor. Just to let you know that. So Blender, I'm showing you my model, it's directly in the middle of the floor. It's got the same message as in the model that I'm sharing, just in case there's a problem with that. As I said, my assets, I've deleted all, yeah. Anyway, I've deleted all of them. I've got one asset for 2025. So this is my 2025 asset, just in case anyone's wondering, on Blender. If you want any other assets, you're going to have to go to Sketchfab, you have to go to Mega Cloud, and you have to go to Adobe. So that's where you have to go. So as I said, you know, I've got my content everywhere, but because I'm using Blender, I like to put my content in Blender and upload it to Blender. But as I said, yeah, but the beveling issues, if you go here, as I said, you click on this, go here, go edit. What they like you to do, they like you to click the edge around here. Okay, click all the edge, right click, and then you want to bevel the edges. Honestly, truly, apart from this, and I only beveled this, look, I only beveled it for the simple reason is, it's a tombstone, and tombstones have a bevel around the edge. But now let me show you the beveling issue. I'll show you this, just so Blender understands it. If you go here and go import mesh, okay, it's only a mesh, that's all that is a mesh. Go here, import, click it, we can snap it. Okay, now if you look at that, this is a side-by-side comparison to Blender's. Okay, I know it's their software, I get it, but if you go like this, I think, okay, first of all, let me put this on the floor. Okay, now don't forget I'm doing a side-by-side comparison with the Blender software. So we click this, we turn snapping on, we can snap it, look, we can snap. You can snap it up, snap it down, doesn't matter. Now watch my one, click this one, you can snap it. Now that's the text. If I click on the box itself, I can snap it, I can snap it up, I can snap it down, and I can snap it back. I can do the exact same thing with Blender's box. Now, if the beveling problem is really an issue, and I know this is only like a little demo kind of, yeah, what Blender should do with this box, honestly, when this software opens up, what they should do is click on it, right click, and they should go to the bevel and bevel it. That's what they should do. But as I said, it's not go here, bevel. Now you see the edges, see the box look, we can bevel the edges. Now of course, if Blender itself likes to bevel the corners, like that, of course, Blender should bevel their own box. There's no point sitting there telling somebody, oh yeah, by the way, if you want to upload it to our website, you have to bevel your edges. When they don't do it, I think, yeah, because as I said, when you bevel the edges, you end up with like I showed you there. Watch, I'll just show you one last time. Because I'm not picking on Blender, I'm really not. But I'm just kind of saying, I don't like beveling the edges. Watch, you kind of click on it and kind of just not too much, just move it a fraction light if you want to. Anyway, I'm gonna over exaggerate it like that. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit or like that. Okay, if it's a box, okay, look at the corners. You don't get a full corner box. Just here, look, you got 3 here and 3 here, so that's 6. So on this side of the box on its own, now we've got 12. But I don't want 12. I want it like that. I want 4 corners. Except this one has got more than 4 corners because I had to bevel it like that. I think yeah. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Honestly, Blender, you need to sort out the rules a little bit. You know what I mean? I understand that you only want some really kind of great content, but I think if you upload some content and it's free and it looks okay, if somebody clicks that now and puts it in the game world, they can move it anywhere they want, and it just works. So you can interact with it. You can even break it if you want to. But I think I don't know. Anyway, this is my model. So this is going to be, say, my first model again. So I'm resetting the clock for Blender. So I'm thinking, okay, this is my first model. If they don't want this one, I'll probably most likely ain't going to offer them a single model ever again. Probably most likely. Because, as I said, when you come to like 52 models later, I think if you can't get one model on the website, then there must be some serious issues going on. So I think, yeah. And like I said, I don't really bevel images unless it's actually something that needs beveling, then I bevel it. Anyway, here's my video. So if you want the content, go to Blender, have a look. If you're really, really lucky, the only asset I've got, if you go here, free assets. Okay, now I don't want free assets, I want my assets. So go here, my assets, and obviously all you'll see is in the whole of Blender, our bubble box has got one asset. So hopefully it stays there, but who knows. Anyway, I use a thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe, don't subscribe. Blender, at least accept one model, just one, just so I can actually see that I am making some kind of progress. But obviously, by the look of it, I'm not making no progress. That's it. Anyway, thank you very much. See you soon.